Good afternoon, students. Today we will see about a physiological and therapeutic effect of IRR. So first we will go that what are the factors that are regulating the absorption and penetrations of IRR. So number one is wavelength, that how the wavelength is there, then depends on that how much the absorption will be and penetrations of the IR, that yesterday we have already seen. The like fast and slow or luminous and non-luminous. The thermal conductivity of the tissue, the thickness of the tissue, then Cosine law, inverse square law, then Groth's law, and intensity of the IR sources and the vascularity of the local tissue which has been exposed and different type of skin. So first we will see that what are the physiological effect of the IRR. So physiological effect of the IRR will be increase in the local temperature superficially, increase in local metabolism, increase in capillary permeability and blood flow, increase in lymphatic and venous drainage, increase in vasodilatations of arterioles and capillaries, increase in leukocytes and phagocytes activity, and increase the stimulations of the superficial sensory nerves. Clear? So these are the physiological effect of IRR. Now we will see what are the therapeutic effect and uses of IRR. So there are 7 effect and uses of the IRR. Number 1. So first therapeutic effect of IRR is relief of the pain and the muscle spasm, and that it has been divided in 2 different parts, that is mild heating and strong heating. So the mild heating has sedatory effect on sensory nerve endings and uses for this for the relief of acute pain, while strong heating has a counter irritant effect. So there is a sedatory effect, and sedentary means subject will feel about a sedation, while counter irritant, as I have given a many time example, that we have a headache and we apply a certain amount of ointment or like an amrutanjan balm, and because of that we have a new irritant has been introduced to the body, so body will forget about the past irritant. Headache was a past irritant and we got the counter irritant. So same with the strong heating has a counter irritative effect on the sensory nerve endings and used for the relief of the chronic pains or prolonged pains. So that was the therapeutic effect of relief of pain and muscle spasm. Second one was the joint stiffness. So joint stiffness can be increased with the help of viscosity has been decreased and increase in the collagen fibers extensibility. So ultimately it smoothing the collagen fibers and decreasing the viscosity or thickness of the intracellular fluids, and ultimately have the help to increase in the joint stiffness. Next therapeutic effect will be skin lesions like in psoriasis. In the treatment of psoriasis, to ultimately like how we have seen about the increase in the local blood supply, local capillary supply will increase and intracellular movements will increase with the physiological effect, and ultimately we use for the kind of a disease for psoriasis. Prior to the other treatment like stretching, mobilization, traction, exercise therapy, electrical stimulation, biofeedback, just to activate or kind of a warm up activity. Next will be the increase in the blood flow in a circulation to reduce the chronic development of edema. So that can be used as a preventive measures for the edema, especially for we are using for the facial edema develop after the Bell's palsy. And muscle relaxation in case of a severe muscle spasm, we when the other modalities are not responding or contraindicated due to any XYZ reason, then we use the IR as a muscle relaxant and increasing the healing capacity if there is a superficial wound or superficial damage to the tissues, and then healing process is going on. So along with the other modalities like laser and UVR, we can use the IR also to have a certain amount of healing effect on the local tissues. So these are the basic 7 therapeutic effect and uses of the IRR we practice in day-to-day clinical sites. Now what are the indications and contraindications of IRR? So first will be the pain and muscle spasm. Next will be the chronic inflammatory state like edema, pressure sores, healing of wounds, and joint stiffness in case of both acute as well as chronic stress. So these are the basic indications of use of IRR. Next will be the what are the contraindications of IRR, or where we have to take some precautions and apply the IRR. So number 1 will be the acute inflammatory conditions. If acute inflammation is present, like we have a different sign for acute inflammation like redness, local increase in temperature, so local infection is going on, so we can't give for the IRR. Then impaired cutaneous sensation or circulation, like those people have a sensory deficits or sensation is not normal, so before applying any modality or heat modality or thermal modality, we check for the skin sensation. If skin sensor is altered or not present, most commonly because of an either the paralysis effect or any kind of a nerve injuries, local nerve injuries or polynerve injuries or complications of a certain drugs and disease like diabetes. Markedly loss of consciousness, when the patient is not conscious, not oriented about the or understanding about the whether the patient is feeling heat or not, then it cannot be applied. Then peripheral vascular diseases, like different amount of peripheral vascular diseases, most commonly the have a chances of development of superficial wounds, so that time we can have to avoid to giving the direct heating modality because they have altered sensation and chances of getting burn is more. Skin diseases like an eczema or dermatitis, and after the exposure of the deep X-ray therapy, and defective blood pressure, the patient does not have vitals are normal, then that is to be avoided. And unreliable elderly patient, and precautions should be taken to the unreliable and elderly patients, and never apply the heat directly to the eyes or the genital areas, and never apply the heat over the abdomen during the pregnant uterus, especially in the last trimester. Okay, so these are the precautions has to be taken while doing and applying the contraindications of the while applying the IRI. These are the contraindications. Now we will see what are the dangers of the IRI. So first most common danger is a burn, because intensity of the radiation is so high and there is a loss of sensation or reduced consciousness, and ultimately there is a chances to skin, the superficial skin or superficial layer of the skin will go for a complete burn or a partial burn, so that has to be avoided. Next will be the fainting, because of the lowering the blood pressure, and patient will go for a fainting and patient will fall on that. Then electric shock, if obviously we are using electric modality, there is always chances of the getting the electric shock. So these are the dangers we have to look for, that patient does not fall in that, and avoid the dangers. We have to follow a certain amount of procedures to avoid certain amount of dangers, and we have to give do and don't before starting the machine to the patient, so patient does not go for certain amount of dangers or side effects can be reduced to the minimum.